Phoenix's famous jazz club, the Nash, reopened last month with new renovations, including a new education center and a new stage. Here with us to detail the new changes is Naquana Barrero, Director of Development and Communications at the Nash. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Steve, for having me.
So when renovations like this go on, there's obviously optimism about how things are going to work out. How did the renovations go? Did they come in on time and the way you guys wanted it?
Absolutely. You know, we did this in 14 weeks, which, right.
Oh, wow.
So leaves a lot of room for nervousness, but we started on time, we ended on time, and the feedback we've had so far is people love the new club, and our students are on and practicing in our education center, so that's everything we could hope for.
I'm going to dig in on the education center
Sure.
in a moment, but I do want to go to the feedback because I'm sure you've got people who are very passionate fans of the Nash who come in and out, and I would suspect to some extent you were hopeful that they would be happy with what happened. So let's dig in a little bit more on the feedback you've received. Are there things did they like the food? Did they like the setting? What are they saying to you?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is that we've added a 22-foot bar. And so folks really are enjoying that. Right now we do beer and wine and cocktails and mocktails, and folks are loving that. Our stage is larger, and we've changed the entire orientation of the stage. It used to face south, and now it faces east, and it's larger, which allows us to have things like big bands more often because the stage size is larger. And so everyone is also loving that. And then we've put in tons of new seating, banquet seating, booths, and then all new individual seating. And so folks are certainly more comfortable.
I was wondering, is there hope that people will want to not only come more often, but stick around a little bit longer when you have a bar option, for example?
Yeah, so we've actually have a new thing called Late Night No Cover on Saturdays. And so we have a house band about a half hour after our last show. And we're just open as a wonderful venue to hear a house band and have drinks on Saturdays. After our shows, we continue to have shows on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays usually, but that late night component is new to us, and we've had a lot of great feedback on that and had it well attended as well.
So obviously you've had a terrific slate of performers as it is, but will the renovations help you get even better people?
I think so. Well, the Nash has always brought internationally known musicians because it's the namesake of an internationally known musician, Louis Nash. Yeah. And so I think probably just the orientation of the stage, the size of it helps, like I said, to help us bring more big bands. And so we have amazing acts coming. We've got, Grammy nominees and Grammy Award winners and NEA Jazz Masters all have come to the Nash or are coming through the Nash this year. And so we hope to continue that.
I had the chance to interview Louis Nash back in my radio days a few years ago, and he talked about how education was so important to him.
Certainly.
So let's talk about the new education center. What do you hope to accomplish there?
So for us, we were bursting at the seams. That's why we needed an education center. And so our education program has increased by 400% in the last 2 years. And so the new space allows us to have 3 rehearsal rooms and rehearsal groups simultaneously, which we were not able to do before with our singular rehearsal space. And additionally, we have some staff offices and a conference room as well. And the size of the rooms themselves also allows us to bring our big band out of Glendale and bring it to rehearse in-house. And so we have 10 full-time student ensembles right now, including a brand new adult jazz band that members of the community can come and play in if they'd like to. So we are expanding our programming based on the expanded space.
Well, that's massive. And the education is a broad base of education for folks wanting to learn jazz or get better? Or?
Yeah, so our students start usually about age 11 or 12, and we go all the way through high school. We have an all-girls jazz band. We have 2 high school ones, a big band, an adult one, and then 2 groups of our little kids. And then the last Saturday of every month, we also do a hot dogs and jazz free workshop and assembly for the younger students, where moms and dads can bring their kids for free to the Nash on the last Saturday of the month. And so we're trying to get an all ages type program happening.
Just got about a minute or so left, and I'm really curious. Jazz is obviously the American art form. Mm-hmm. When you see younger people playing jazz, how important is it to pass it to the next generations, because it's been so important in American history?
Absolutely. It's critical at this time for the history of African Americans, for the history of urban America, to be passed down through the art form. It helps to give a lot of our American history. And so for us, when we see younger kids getting into it, we're excited. Jazz is democracy, and we need that in our kids right now.
Well, Naquana, thanks so much for being here on Arizona Horizon.
Thank you
Very
so
nice
much
to
for
talk with
having
you.
me.